Welcome back to the Infinite Canvas podcast, y'all. Yeah, the episode's a bit late. 2 weeks sure is a long time, but we made it. Our apologies, we've been having a few scheduling issues, and didn't really have time to put the newest Scarlet Fever episode up. So our next episode will actually be a David's Comic Corner, which will be coming out on May 7th. And fingers crossed for Scarlet Fever episode 3, hopefully coming out on May 21st. Meanwhile, you can binge Infinite Adventures, our Pathfinder Adventure Path podcast, where we're playing Strange Eons, or Aeons if you're so inclined. We're getting real close to the end of Book 1, and it's a wild ride. Be sure to catch up with us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr at Sci-Star Comics. And that's the end of our messages. On to Scarlet Fever episode 2. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Infinite Canvas podcast, the show that we almost didn't record an episode for this week.
Well, I mean, you said you were a little bit upset for today. I was also a little bit upset for today.
Because you were prepared for our backup episode?
Yeah, I spent all day yesterday catching up on a lot of stuff because you just told me last minute, oh hey, we're gonna do a David Comic Corner again. And I was like, damn it, I haven't read any comics for about like 4 months. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna sit here and read some back stuff. So I spent all day yesterday, all day during my break yesterday, and all of today during class while waiting, because I didn't see your message, reading stuff. And then I was like, I'm gonna check to see if John has sent anything, by the way. I don't know, I just got on Discord to get on Discord. And I saw like, oh wait, we're gonna do this today. I was like, oh my god, I wasted all yesterday. I could have done editing.
But Dawn texted us yesterday about... Well, here's the thing, David, whatever we do, I still have to edit over the weekend. And like, I have a pretty full weekend, so...
John, I'm going to point out that I sent that message at like 3 in the morning.
But the thing is that David just confessed that he didn't check his Discord until much later, which tells me two things. One, he doesn't have the Discord app, or he disabled notifications on the Discord app.
I do have the Discord app, but I get like a bunch of notifications for other stuff.
Oh, you can disable that by channel.
Yeah, I mean, I know, but I want those notifications.
Before we derail for 30 minutes before we get to the actual
we're
episode.
Talk about comics because that's what I planned for, nothing else.
Oh, did you hear that Miss Marvel just launched a new run?
Oh, I thought they just... I don't know if they canceled it, but the last run wasn't doing that great.
David, I promise you...
I'm sorry?
David, I promise you we can have a comic corner, but not today. I really want six or 7 episodes of Spectrum Files uninterrupted.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it is so good to know that other people have drama in their lives, too.
I rely on you so much, goddamn Donovan, I didn't realize it until you were gone for 2 weeks. Anyway, so, Dawn, we have some catching up to do, because last time, we already mentioned this off air, your old character Gremlin, who you no longer control, his body got hijacked.
He's a colorful marble.
From what we have learned last time, Stormworm and Dr. Todd and Barnes all conspired together to steal a shipment that was being sent out to you in heavy traffic for whatever reason. Somehow, Shadow and Ancile stopped that truck, because my notes said they were not going to succeed.
Oh, bad truck. It sounds like a weird house makeover.
I mean, it doesn't help that nobody here actually relies on technology.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the thing, and it's that, your suit is, like, covered in that shit, which is the only reason that, Stormworm could, like, move you around. And also, Allison's suit also. Here's the thing, listening back to the episode, Allison, he could have, like, done the same thing to you, but you were too fast in interrupting me and going, I want to do a thing, and I totally forgot about what I was doing, and so you got off pretty easy on that one.
Also, how about Allison just not having any of it last episode?
I love that. I wasn't expecting the memory erasing thing.
I don't know what you're talking
Jesus Christ. Oh, by the way, Don, so Stormworm, this technopath, learned Allison's secret identity just from scouring through her phone and knew what she looked like and everything. And then Allison just, like, went up to him and just erased that memory and ripped it out of his head. And it sounds
Nice.
so fucking metal. And if there was such a thing as inspiration in this game, you would have it.
But what it looked like happened on the outside is she went up and poked him in the forehead.
Something like that.
She's the type to make that look innocent.
So, from where we left off, we are continuing from that. So, you guys have, it's Allison and James. Aftermath of that same day, we star wipe to Grem's place, which, by the way, I recently went to Dallas for a doctor's appointment, and actually was in an area where I was like, oh, this would make a really great, excellent place for Gremlin's lab. It's pretty close to like where Baylor Dentistry is. There's a district over there. There's a bunch of.
I know where you're talking about.
There we go. Yeah, I saw some really cool ass houses over there. I'm like, yeah, Gremlin would probably rent out one of these goddamn places as his lab. So it's very Doctor Strange-esque, where it's like a regular ass house. I love that though.
Is Nellie my receptionist?
I actually have a receptionist for you, and it's not Nellie.
Damn.
Well, I mean, they're like co-receptionists. Alright, so you guys star wipe to Grem's lab. Grem is receiving a shipment in, and at the moment you see Brett, who was the driver from the truck. He's getting off, and he's talking to one of Grem's new assistants. Her name is Kenise. That's Kenise. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, someone can correct me. Probably not. I don't really care. I think I'm pronouncing it right. Just from reading her body language, you can see that she's kind of concerned about him, but he seems to be absolutely fine. Almost like he was magically cured of all of his anxiety. As he's getting off the truck and he's talking to her, you see the truck in the back opens up, and you see a large metallic box, which we all know contains Gremlin's body in it. I'm gonna tell you now, I'm piercing the veil. Yes, Gremlin's body's in there. I'm not playing a weird switcheroo. And you see a TV crew show up, and they're, obviously you think they're gonna be talking about what's going on, but then you immediately see another person walk out of the building whose name is Ju-Won. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. It's Joowon. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, because
quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Are these characters you made?
Yes. Why?
Okay.
You decide the pronunciation.
That's what I was gonna say.
John.
You don't have to spell it out to us. Just tell us that's their name, and we just guess how we spell it.
But
I mean, that's just me, but okay.
They are real names that people actually have, though. That's the thing.
I mean, yes, but you can also just say, spell it however you think I said it. It's harder for me
disclaimer,
to...
to anyone that actually has these names, John is sorry.
Oh yeah, you could have done that.
Okay, also, full disclaimer for anybody who has these names. I imagine they are pronounced the correct way.
Send in your best impression of John saying your name. Force him to edit it
We will
in.
laugh a lot.
I feel super. No, here's the thing. I feel super conscientious about this because Viv earlier in the chat posted a video from SciShow talking about. Fuck! I just watched this video earlier today. Cicadas. Because I pronounce it cicada. I pronounce it for the longest
Wait, that's
time.
how you pronounce it?
Yeah, I've been consistently pronouncing it incorrectly, and I'm very conscientious about how I pronounce words because I'm a fucking perfectionist when it comes to speaking. And I also used to pronounce vinyl like that, vinyl instead of vinyl for the longest ass time before I found out that I was saying it wrong. And like some sort of pretentious dickhead, I just kept on going along with it and saying, "Oh no, I just say it a different way because it's funny." So Ju-Won goes outside and he starts talking to the TV crew very quickly and very calmly, almost like he knows exactly what he's going to say to circumvent anything that's going on, to pass him around. And as you guys walk inside, you guys see a woman who I have named Layman. I'm just going to leave that to your imagination because David's going to critique me again on that. And she is actually talking to Moo, which we didn't get to see last time. And so we are in the lobby of Grem's place. Layman is basically one of Gremlin's... I keep saying Gremlin. Dr. Thorne's assistants. He has replaced his 3 irreplaceable assistants with 3 more assistants who I gave names and personalities.
And are probably going to die.
They're not gonna... I'm not gonna do a repeat of everything we did last time.
You gotta sign this waiver. You cannot sue me if you turn into zombies.
That actually was that would have been one of the things for them to be employed by him.
But you can sue Nellie if you turn into
You
zombies.
can't sue Nellie. She's not a citizen.
I can argue... No. Whoa! Racist much?
She was born in
that
the
is-
United States of America.
Wait, how is that racist? One, and you just said it came from space.
She was born in the United States of America! Her conscience didn't exist before this!
Yeah, but
Okay,
she was
so
from space.
she's a natural-born citizen, but she's not documented.
Oh, that's
I'm
true.
saying she. They're a hunk of metal.
She's an undocumented citizen. Let's build a wall and block them.
Everybody please vote on this. This is a democracy. I'm not talking about y'all. Please send in your emails. You have until November 6th.
But most of them has already been locked in a box for a while.
Allison and James, as you guys walk in, you see across the room Dr. Lehman and Moo talking. We have a series of targets set up in numerous rooms. We are going to see how fast you can get to each target, and let's see if we can beat your last time. Okay, so here's the thing: we're really testing you. You have before only been able to do line of sight.
That's mostly what he does. He doesn't fully trust not line of sight just yet. But he doesn't know what would happen if he teleports to a spot that something already is.
Is this something that you think that he could possibly do in the future? And you're familiar with Gremlin's lab, if anything, so...
Yes, this is something that eventually Moo would be able to do. He just does not have the proper confidence to do it without freaking out every room he goes into without being able to see.
Okay, so we're gonna re-edit this a little bit. She points like towards where Allison and James are. That's the first target right there. It spirals around around the hallway and then goes upstairs, and then it goes into it goes around into one of these patient rooms that is currently empty. I need you to go down there, and I need you to come back, and we'll time you from there.
At least there's a doctor nearby that can fix me if I screw this up. Oh.
Look, I don't want a repeat of what happened with the sheetrock last time. It's a good thing that when you phase into something, at least it doesn't fuse with you.
I am so glad that's not true. Oh, I just visualized that.
She points at the wall behind her. There's a huge gaping hole that's about the size of your waist. She hits a timer. Moo, what do you do?
I go for the unleash power, and...
Let's see how good Moo does on this.
Okay, good. I don't have a negative to that. I was worried.
Did you roll a 7?
No, I rolled a 9.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
I still mark a condition, or it's unstable. So, do I hit another wall, or am I marking a condition?
They're real targets, and you actually, let's say there's 7 targets. You blip right in front of Allison and, James, immediately disappear, go on to the second target, you're doing fine. Third target, you're doing fine. Now you're turning around a corner, and you let your confidence get to you just a little bit, and you phase into the next target, and then you phase into the next target, and then you crash into the last one. You don't really, you kind of just get stuck there. You don't get to come back. And then you just hear a click, and you go, okay, I guess we're not going to count that one.
Little help.
Allison, James, what do you guys do? You guys have been with Moo before. You guys barely know him. Actually, before I ask that, have you guys hung out with Moo at all between now and last time? It's been like a few months.
Allison, I don't think so.
Has Moo been out? I don't think I interact with Allison or Moo when not heroing, really.
Okay, here's a question. Does Moo have either of your phone numbers?
Why does it
No.
always default to this?
Because if Moo has either of your phone numbers, he would ask if you guys wanted to hang out and catch a movie or something.
No. I think Graham and James are the only one that has my number.
You might have my number, but I wouldn't go and hang out.
Oh wait, no, that huge fight was the first time you guys met Moo anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's been a month.
It's been a while. It said it's April, so...
I don't remember when the last thing took place.
It's fine. We always argue about this. It's goddamn comics. It's not always that important. So Moo's in a wall, or not in a wall. Moo crashed somewhere in the building, and you guys.
And is kind of stuck.
I want to say you crashed like into a table, not phased into it, but like you crashed into a table and then just kind of like spiraled out and hit a corner.
That must have hurt.
Luckily, I'm very flexible.
Still must have hurt.
So
Oh, yeah.
Did you clip into anything, or are you... Since you said a little hope, so are you actually stuck?
I just realized that's what he's doing. He's clipping into shit.
He's basically clipped into a table and pinned underneath it.
Oh, God.
I mean, I know I'm flexible, but this hurts.
Oh, God, I didn't think about it. Does that hurt, Moo?
Somewhat. It's like a really strong stretch at this point.
Oh, God, when you face yourself, does it feel like when your leg is asleep?
More than likely, right at the area that's clipped.
Oh, God.
No, that sounds gross. That
It
sounds
does.
gross. I want to leave. I don't want to see this.
Good news is he leaves it behind. He leaves it behind if he can just get enough focus to teleport again.
You don't have to roll again. You can just do it. I already made you suffer once.
Okay, they were that way, right? And he blinks in front of you guys, and there's a slight thud from where he was.
I'm talking to you, James, and then I see him go, whoa! Oh, God. God, where did you come from?
That way. Kinda had a table in me. I was in it. It's weird.
Oh, okay. Since Allison, I don't think has seen you for a while. I think the last time he would have seen you, what would have been our big fight in the last, I guess, quote unquote, season. And you're like, oh, you're Moo, right?
Yeah, I'm the guy that landed on his ass in front of you two.
Yeah.
I'm trying to fix my accuracy on that.
No. Well, I don't think phasing into a table is really getting better.
He points to the wall, which has a hole in it.
Oh.
Huh.
Oh.
It's a little better.
Hey, how does your teleportation affect momentum? This is in character.
For all intents and purposes, if you guys are talking to each other, I'm just gonna assume it's in character until you tell me otherwise.
Like, if you teleport into something that's moving in one way, does it just stop?
I have not tested that, and now Gremlin probably heard that and wants to test it. If he's not too busy with paperwork.
We just turned into the paperwork monkey. I'm sorry. That's what hell sounds like, kids.
I also wants to know, when you teleport, where do you go? Do you, just die and, make a clone of yourself somewhere else? Do you, teleport into a different dimension? I don't know. I've never done teleportation. That's not one of my powers.
Do you actually just turn invisible and go blind?
I knew a guy who I thought teleported, but he doesn't. He just slows down time and then walks to another place and then puts time back and it looks like he teleports.
See, I asked a scientist about it. For some reason, they keep calling my teleportation a phase shift. I don't like it. I wouldn't say I enter another world or die. I just am not here, I'm there instead.
Like a mini wormhole, I'm guessing.
He did compare it to an Einstein-Rosen bridge, yes.
And you lost me.
Do you move the universe, but
I'm
not
out.
yourself?
I'm out.
That is amazing! Oh my god, you are so powerful, if that's the thing. You're shifting the whole of reality, not you.
I'm more of shifting my location in relation to reality.
Nice.
Not shifting reality itself. Which would apparently produce a lot more energy and potentially cause a nuclear explosion every time I shift it.
My head is hurting.
Same.
Now you understand my issue.
You're onto something there, actually, though.
Alice's nose starts bleeding.
Yeah, I think it's just easier to not have powers. Makes things real simple.
I would agree with you, but I was born with that one. I have another ability.
Oh, please tell.
I don't train it much.
Can that awkward pause please be in universe?
Well, only if you leave it in, John.
Shadow, right?
Bingo.
You make psionic constructs, right?
Oh god. I guess you can say that, yes. More of bending and solidifying light.
I'm not too knowledgeable on that kind of stuff, I'll be honest. After a few of the surgeries I got from Dr. Thorne, I ended up with the ability to temporarily cancel out other people's powers.
Interesting.
Do you mind making a small construct, for example?
Sure. Allison takes a step back and creates a construct of James.
And Moo looks at you and just, no! And suddenly the construct falls apart, I'm guessing. Or would that be an unleash my powers thing?
You can just do it. You guys, I explained this last. I know you guys love to roll, but y'all don't have to roll for literally every action y'all do.
I want to roll to see how good of a James I make.
Okay, you can do that if you want. I can't have you fail every single one of your attempts at doing stuff, Moo, or Moo will never be good at anything.
I got a 10.
And we'll level up too fast.
Yeah, I'm gonna assess the situation 15 times real quick.
I knew you guys were finding a way to beat the game.
But yeah, he says no, and suddenly your construct falls apart.
Oh wait, this is very important. How long does this last? And do you have to hear this, or is it a focus thing?
When he says no like that, a bit of spray comes out of his mouth
Oh,
and
that's gross.
hits Alice.
That's gross. Stop that. No, I'm done.
No, my question on that is that it only affects the things he's thinking about affecting?
More or less. The null that was bonded to his bones to make him more flexible has actually become a bit more organic. to him. Basically, his body actually accepted the null that was used to soften his bones.
So you gotta spit on me to make it stop. Allison wipes off a bit of spit off her cheek.
It's in his bodily fluids in general.
If you told me that you had to spit on me, I would have just believed you and trusted he had the power to nullify stuff.
Well, I could have bled on you instead.
No, I mean, that's gross. As of right now, I'll believe any power you have. Trust me, you don't have to show me.
Yeah, that's the only two I've got.
Please don't show me any other powers.
Good news is, that's really demoralizing if I'm actually in a fight.
Wait, do you nullify all her powers?
It's only like 10 seconds.
Okay, well, since you did not tell her that, she gets very angry. Because one of the powers, she constantly has a blur effect over her face, so no one sees her. So as soon as you do that, she sees the world light up a little bit, which means her spell wore off, and you just see her, like, do a 180 and turn around, and puts her hood down. It's like, you should tell me that it nullifies everything I do, not just one specific thing I do.
Well, I didn't realize you had anything else up. I had you do a thing for an example. I'm sorry.
Well, I thought you were gonna aim it at the constructed, not me. So she's a little bit peeved about that. But don't worry, she won't be erasing anything out of you. I kind of want you to spit on James just so I can push him and he can feel how it is to fall down.
That's why I asked. He said it only works on people he was thinking about affecting. Also, like, how would Allison even, like, make that decision?
No, this is me, David.
Yeah, no, I'm a bit disappointed that it only works on one he knows.
Like, me, David, will jump into this world and push James.
I considered, like, if it happened to me, just James falls over immediately the first time.
He never had to learn how to stand up straight because his powers just let him do that.
No, I think James would have had to learn how to walk because there's no way he wouldn't have known.
Did Allison actually say make you forget that or anything like that?
Is David.
Okay, I wanted to make sure.
So wait, hold on. And then Viv brought up a good question about James. So when James learned to walk the first time,
he just walked.
No,
because like in real life, when people chop off their pinky toes, they still have to learn how to walk again because that shift in balance itself is enough to knock you over.
I assumed that James still had to learn to walk. My assumption is not that he was born with like immediate balance, but it just kept improving as he got older.
Baby balance.
My question: if I chop off your toes, can you still walk?
Yes.
Awesome.
As long as you do them all at once.
I don't think that matters.
So, as Moo is yelling this, and Allison kind of like freaks out about the whole her face being revealed thing, you see that same doctor come in again, Layman. As she walks in, she's just like dangling the timer that she had that's like on a chain back and forth, and she's like, "Well, I think we're good for today." But really quick before we go, Moo, you did improve today. I will tell you that. I'm very proud of you. I don't know why it is that you don't go out there more often, but you didn't do so bad. You only clipped through things like maybe 3 or 4 times today. Not like a lot. And then she sees Allison and James and, wait, weren't you the ones who went to go get Gremlin's body back? Dr. Thorne. I always do that. Everyone tends to do that.
Yes, we were. I'm guessing it arrived safely.
Yeah, the shipment just came in. It's we're getting downstairs, and then she kind of looks at James for a second. I'm sorry. James, you go by Uncle. James, I have a question to ask you.
Shoot.
So, according to your paperwork, it says you don't have any superpowers, but you look fine. Are you okay?
Yeah, I did some stuff as I fell off the truck to slow down without, like, immediately hitting the ground. I actually landed fine.
She puts her hands together, and she just, like, pauses for a second, and you can see her, she's just kind of, like, a little concerned. She's like, I'm sorry, you fell off a truck and you're okay. How many bones did you break?
None. There's a few scrapes on my hands.
Moo's fighting laughing because he's been dealing with these kind of questions for a while.
Yeah, this is the kind of stuff that she gets. Oh, she like pinpoints everything down. I'm sorry. 0 bones broken.
None. I didn't land weird or anything.
It's like a tumble and roll kind of thing, rolling around with the momentum of the truck, I guess. Tuck and roll.
More elaborate than that. I may have showed off a little bit, but
just a couple of triple backflips and
yeah, that's basically what it was.
Nothing much.
She takes a pen out and she starts clicking it really fast, and she's like, alright, and she pulls out her little notepad and she's like, clipboard, and she's like, quick question. Do you used to be in the circus?
No?
Okay, circus, not circus. Where did you learn how to do, like, triple backflips and stuff like that?
I watched people do it and I copied them.
I forgot you learned YouTube Kung Fu.
Yeah, YouTube Kung Fu. I'm not gonna say YouTube there, but I'm just
Yeah, I
gonna...
get you.
Moo leans over to Shadow. This is what I've been dealing with all
And
day.
she writes down, this is from the perspective of the audience, not from the perspective of you characters. She just writes down, ability mimicry? Question mark? And right underneath of that, she checks marks something really quick and says, follow-up test? Question mark? I have quite a few theories on that, but I guess we'll get back to that later. I have some stuff I have to do. I'm sorry. So, the three of you, I'm so glad you're finally here, all together. So, Dr. Thorne has been talking a little bit here and there, trying to get some stuff under the water. I think that's the right expression. I'm not really sure exactly what kind of expressions to use in this, but we're trying to figure out exactly what our goal as an organization is. And he's been talking a lot to Spectrum, and so we have some funding funneling in from them. Legally speaking, we are not associated with them. We are considered a third party, but our goals do directly involve them. In a way, I guess you could say. In practice, they are going to rely on us as much as we're going to rely on them. So we'll be getting information from them that will be used to our advantage. Every once in a while, we'll be getting files on what they have codenamed shards. Shards are ex-members of the Spectrum organization, which have been branded criminals, outliers, conspirators, just anything that can be considered illegal. And so what Thorne has decided to take upon himself to do is to track down these shards and bring them back into bring them to justice. Not to the organization itself, but to actual law enforcement, because technically they can't go back to the organization because then things get kind of weird and illegal there, but
So, what you're saying is we're bounty hunters.
in a sense, yes, some sort of weird shadow organization, yeah. Which I heard was one of the names that you guys wanted to go with, but for some reason you guys couldn't figure it out, so Gremlin decided to give a name that didn't fit either of your two choices, because apparently he's a dick.
Yeah, kinda.
Now we're just gonna have to spend this whole episode with me arguing with Gremlin and getting the organization name change. Thank you, John.
You guys have just learned that you were being basically contracted as bounty hunters, as Moo would put it. So Moo has reacted to this. Does James and Allison want to say anything about that or not? I mean, I know that Allison is leaving like in a week, so
I am?
I don't know, was
Yes.
that
God,
your plan or
spoiler.
something?
You said you were gonna leave.
I didn't even know I was leaving in a week.
David, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know if it's a joke or not when you say things like this.
It's not like it was a spoiler or anything. I
You
mean,
said you were going. You were in the process of.
Pretty sure you said it on air.
I don't know. I said that I was thinking about leaving. I never said anything about
You
leaving.
were backing up. You.
This is like the
you
whole
were-
Aaron thing again, just boiling away.
No,
Way to
you
go.
said.
I don't remember applying to be a bounty hunter. That gives such a bad name to what I'm doing.
Oh no. See, Moo just when he said bounty hunter. What? I mean, I guess you can construe it like that.
So we're gonna go after people like the ones who were just after Grimm's body and Rewind?
Oh, you actually know about this character then.
I assume Rewind was high profile at some point when they turned.
Yes, exactly like that. And as you say that, she's like, speaking of which, after we have a little conversation here, I need to go and actually get some stuff because we have some more intel on some of these guys. We didn't know we're shards until moments ago. So, she's gonna go and get some of these files in a second after she's done debriefing you on some of this stuff.
Okay.
Okay, we'll wait.
Wow, okay.
Well,
does anybody
you want us
Uh,
to follow her? Okay,
I
we
don't
follow
know.
her into her office.
It's like, she's still standing here, and she's just like, okay, so everybody understands then? We're all good?
Yeah.
Nobody has any conflicts with this, other than Allison, who just doesn't like to be called a bounty hunter?
Well, I mean, Allison does not have an issue going and fighting bad people. That's her job. She's a hero. She just doesn't want to be labeled as a bounty hunter. That sounds so, I don't know. It just doesn't sound right.
It sounds anti-hero. No, we get paid regardless if you catch the criminals or not, so it's all good.
Great.
Like, it's just basically intel and stuff. They really want us to find them. Even if we don't find them and capture them, we still get paid. So, you still get money in the paycheck if you do your job.
The phrase that is currently in my head as the player is combat consultants.
For the love of Christ, make that a real thing. Put that out in the universe. Because there's no way she's gonna say that.
Thorn's Combat Consultancy Agency.
Tikaka!
It does not have to be an acronym.
A lot of Gremlin's shit is acronyms, though.
True.
Is that just gonna be our organization name?
No, we already agreed. It'd be Stardust Shadow. I forget. Something Dust Shadow Organization.
Stardust Shadow Combat Consultants.
Holy shit, that really sounds great. That's gonna be canon now until proven
Okay, that works. Moo turns to you guys. Hey, where'd you guys get your equipment?
I borrowed some decommissioned Spectrum stuff.
Allison has a flashback of seeing her parents murdered, and this is the only thing surviving. And then she comes back to this world and goes like, my parents.
Are you crying?
No, I'm not crying. What kind of question is that? Hurry up, let's go.
Best part is I can't see her face. It's blurred.
Well, yeah, Allison, this is her own uniform. She didn't ask for it to be made. It was given to her by her family.
Well, and then the scarf that makes a very similar uniform from Gremlin.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, I forgot I had that. And she takes that item and was like, oh, and Gremlin gave me this. I like it. She puts it back on. You can't have it.
Because I figure I should probably get something. He holds up a hockey mask with the lower half cut off. Bit better than this.
And then, as Laban is standing there, she's like, oh, is that all you wanted? I mean, part of the funding, we can get some equipment and stuff from Spectrum, so you can peruse through their decommissioned heroes stuff and get shit from them. She wouldn't say shit, that's a me thing. And get stuff from them.
There's a couple of heroes who just recently retired if you want to shoehorn in the Hawaiian.
I'm done.
Mastodon.
Get them all in.
Yeah.
They're still alive!
Yeah, but they aren't working right now.
The guy with the card tricks.
Oh, God.
Oh, no!
When I named characters, that wasn't an open invite to steal shit from them.
Wait, did we ever figure out if because you said these are decommissioned, how many heroes died in these uniforms that we're taking?
I'm gonna go off a limb here and say that for moral reasons, they're not gonna let you take their shit.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
I want to make sure, because I didn't want to know if it was quote-unquote retired.
No, because we established that the utility boot was from someone who just retired from, like, being made fun of or something.
Oh, by the way, Don, James has a utility boot.
What exactly is a utility boot?
It's like a utility belt, but it goes on your shoes.
I can see where that would be useful, actually.
Yeah, he could just wear a normal belt now.
It came from when I completely mistook. God damn it! Anyway.
I should probably go through there sometime soon then, because, yeah, I'm guessing you two are a bit better at combat than I am.
Well, I mean, I won't say no to that. Do you know any combat? Martial arts, any kind? Or do you just, no offense, jump around a lot?
I know a little bit of combat capability, mostly using these. Pulls out a pair of Eskrima sticks.
Oh, okay, John Venegas doesn't know what those are.
They're sticks that scream.
They're sticks that you use to beat people up with.
So they're shitty swords.
They're approximately the same length as your forearm.
They're the main weapons that Nightwing uses, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Ah, gotcha. So, if you can follow me over to the next room, we'll go see some more information on, Stormworm, Dr. Riney Todd, and also on, Jonathan Barn. And as, you guys leave the room, you guys walk through the hallway, and as you're entering the next room, the lights go off. Come back on, and then go back off again.
Wait, was it meant? Did it do that? Like, was it meant to do that, or?
They're off again, so the place is off. You tell me.
Alright, who do we know that...
Oh, great.
Did Gremlin forget to pay the electric bill?
Who do we know that has electricity powers who we didn't just arrest? Guess it can't possibly be him, right?
Say, Ankley, right?
Yeah.
Did you put him in a cop car?
You put him in a paddy wagon.
Yeah, the police came and arrested him.
You know how many electronics they carry these days, right?
Just a computer, right? I thought they only had a computer in there.
And the tasers for meta-humans, and...
The car battery.
Wait,
The car
And
check.
the lights.
I just love how in character they're just like, and the car battery.
You said the guy was a technopath, right?
I don't know if we said that, but we'll say yes, we did say that.
That's either that or someone just cut the power so that they can come in and try to steal something.
Well, see, I think the cops have him pretty locked down. I doubt it's him. I mean, because if it is him, then I feel bad, or more worse, because of stuff I did. You know what? Let's not talk about that. I think it's just someone else.
Let's just find the cause of this, shall we?
Yep.
Where's the power room? Where's the generator at?
As you're saying that, you hear Layman, who was standing next to you a minute ago, and now you just hear her screaming, "Ah! The lights! What happened to the lights? We're under attack!"
Wait, she's just reacting to this?
Well, I couldn't interrupt y'all, so.
Considering this was a residence before, probably the basement.
Wait, is this just like a home? It's not an actual, like, business building?
Can I just point out how many houses in Texas have basements? It's almost zero.
That is true.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been in
I
a
don't-
house.
Can I
with a
point
basement.
out Gremlin's habits of having basements?
Does he have two basements? It's like, that's not two basements. You just have a lower floor.
Yes,
and a
there
lower
was a
floor.
sub-basement.
What if it's not a basement, but what if it's a storm cellar that you have access to from the house?
From inside the house. Is the attack happening from inside the house? Okay.
Probably.
So it's the power room. Is that in the basement? Do you have a basement here? I'm asking a screaming person.
Doc,
we have,
chill.
We have a basement. Not a lot of buildings in Texas have basements, but Gremlin for some reason likes to have basements. So yeah, he always gets one installed whenever we have a place. There should be one downstairs. So yeah, we should have a basement.
Is that where the switch box is?
I'm gonna go off a limb and just say yes, because that'll just get us down there faster.
Awesome.
Okay.
At least we know we have to go down there now.
On the way there, I want to check a window or something to see if lights are out on adjacent houses or anything.
Well, as you guys go down, you notice that the windows that look outside, it's still like daytime. It's not dark outside. The lights just went off a little bit. When y'all were in the hallway, it was pitch black dark just because of the fact that, there was no light source. But yeah, you look outside and you see that you really can't tell if other people's houses lights are on because it's daytime. You can't really tell. The lobby, there are some windows. You kind of, sunlight peers in. It looks gloomy. It doesn't really look dark per se.
Is anyone going outside of their house and looking confused?
No.
Okay, probably just us then.
This is more of me asking GM. Since I just finished explaining to Moo that my powers is me bending and solidifying light. If I'm in a dark room, I can't use my powers.
Yeah, by the way, Moo's going to figure out where you are and just
What are you handing me?
a flashlight.
Oh, nice. I turned the flashlight on. I am God now.
I can't make my own lights. A flashlight. Oh, hell yeah.
I haven't unlocked that power yet. So. Let me level up a bit. Okay, so we run into the basement. At least Allison runs into the basement.
Flashlight ablazing.
Flashlight ablazing.
All right, as you go down there, you shine the light around on the around everywhere. As you do so, you kind of hone in on a couple things here and there. You see random chairs here and there, a bunch of random shitty parts, like maybe failed experiments or just like incomplete ones that maybe Gremlin just gave up on. The fuse box, and then really quickly you shine on someone's face, and then you keep on going back, and then you look, and as you realize that you saw someone's face, you zoom
What was
back.
that about someone's face?
As you see somebody's face, you zoomed on to the next thing, and then you flash back, and that person is gone again.
And
Human
in
face.
its place
okay.
is Gremlin's exercise equipment that he realized he doesn't actually need.
Oh,
No,
God.
Gremlin wouldn't have brought that.
I would say you had Amazon ordered it, and you were expecting to get it like 2 days after the incident happened, and now that it arrived, you're too ashamed to return it. They're like, oh, damn it. Now they're
I
gonna
don't know, I
think
feel like
don't
Gremlin
like
would be the
working out.
type of person who would return it.
You know what? There'll be a label on it for Ancile.
Hey, Ancile, I found something for you. Also, I think I saw someone down here. By the way, thanks for playing my character.
Okay, look.
Sticks are out.
It was for comedic purposes. It was solely for comedic purposes.
Okay, not seeing any other way out, so one of us should probably guard this exit.
What if it's a teleporter as well?
Then it's already gone.
I slowly, very slowly start panning the light again. In case I see another face, I don't pass over it.
Nope, you don't see any faces this time.
I'm gonna go by the door and stand there.
Is there windows down here?
It's a
I'm
basement.
going to go over to the switch box and check which switches have been tripped.
Okay, you walk over to the switch box?
Yep.
As you walk over to the switch box, you feel your arm get grabbed, and then you get shoved backwards. Not like it's trying to hurt you or anything, but you do feel like you're physically being moved backwards. It does feel uncomfortable, though. You're being slammed against the wall.
I'm going to grab whatever it is right back.
Okay, cool. You grab a very strong, meaty arm.
Found someone!
I quickly pan the light to where I just heard the screaming coming from.
As you pan over to the light, you see a man who's holding onto Moo. One arm grasping the other arm, and then his left hand is on Moo's chest, and he's being shoved up against the wall. And then as you shine the light on him, he picks up Moo and he throws him at you.
Oh, I can't catch him.
I'm going to try to unleash my powers to teleport right back to where I was.
Oh, here's the momentum question.
We're getting
does
all our
this-
questions answered.
Does this mean that the answer's determined by your role?
11.
Oh shit! What happens? Tell me. Paint me a picture.
So I teleported right to where I was standing when the guy grabbed me. And you know what? I'm just going to start hitting him with my sticks.
Okay. Go
Wait,
ahead.
so does your momentum stop, or since you're being teleported while being moved?
Yeah, here's the thing. My momentum does stop, but it almost seems like I passed through a door right in front of you.
Okay.
Neat.
There's a split second where you can see part of his insides as he vanishes.
Oh,
God.
that is gross. That is gross.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
I'm gonna spend my turn vomiting.
Alright, remove your sickened condition.
Meanwhile, over on the other side of the room, there's meaty thwacks.
All right. You hear meaty thwacks as it hits this man, this poor innocent man.
He threw me!
Where's Angeles in this? Is he still upstairs?
I was guarding the door. At least that was
Oh.
the plan.
Hey, Angeles, how about you jump in? I'll cover the door really quick. And I put a psychic door on the wall. Or, well, on the doorway, so he can't leave through the door.
I don't think a psychic door works while they just open it.
Or
Or is it locked?
I'll make sure to lock it. It has 10 locks on there, so it's gonna take him a while. 10
Can
locks.
you spread the keys throughout the basement?
Ankley, what are you doing? Right now at the moment, Moo is immediately thwacking a man who just threw him.
Can we hear that? Like,
Yeah, you hear Moo described them as meaty thwacks, but they sound more like meaty thuds. Because every time he hits forward, you see his hand kind of like his forearm kind of like bend with the hits, kind of like cushioning some of the blow, almost very quickly, like beat for beat. Every moment that Moo is hitting him, he's kind of like putting his forearms in the same like direction.
I'm going to swap with Allison, but not before she actually like gets there or blocks the door.
well, I just have to concentrate. I'll block the door. There you go.
Okay, yeah, and then I'm gonna...
Either of you got a taser?
Wait, did I? Hold on. No, I only have the thing that disrupts electronics that Grem gave me.
It disrupts null, didn't it? It's like a high frequency noise blaster. That's what it was.
Well, if it's a high-frequency noise blaster, can people hear it?
Have it at the right frequency? Sure.
Problem is, what's the right frequency?
Also, Moo is there. Is this one of those things where it's like you put it up at a high frequency where only Moo can hear it, but the other guy can't, and then Moo just goes, "Gah!" And the other guy's like, "What the fuck is on?"
You know, I will accept that on a roll of like 2 or 3.
Yeah, we're gonna fire the thing at him.
You say 2 or 3, I say 1 to 6.
Yeah, that's...
Okay, fair enough.
That's the failure roll.
Should this be directly engage a threat, or what should this be?
I believe that this would be directly engage a threat.
I just saw one of the options was they stumble, which would be appropriate if I was using words. I got a 9 plus whatever my danger is. So 11. I'm going to create an opportunity for my allies and avoid their blows, because if I'm firing from a distance, I don't know how they'd hit me anyway.
Well, from what John described, we're dealing with a somewhat fluid body.
No, I'm saying he's fast enough where it looks fluid.
Ah.
I'm gonna assess the situation. I'm gonna see if we know who this person is. Oh, I don't think it's gonna work. Oh, no, wait, 7. No, wait, never mind. I was reading the wrong one. I got 5.
Well, at least you get a potential.
So I fire the sound blaster at him, and he reacts, and he...
Yeah, so when you take out the sound blaster and just like pick a random frequency, honestly, it was calibrated at null, but you're like, null's frequency may not cut it, so you like amp it up to like a random number and just slam the button down or whatever. I don't know, like pull the trigger. It's a gun. Pull the trigger. Allison, you hear faintly what the sound is because it's like concentrated sound, but you can faintly hear like a whirring sound. Same thing for James. Moo, you hear the loudest ass sound that you've ever fucking heard, and you instinctively just drop your sticks, and you physically get launched backwards. But at the same time, this man is also being bombarded with this horrifying screech. He puts his hands up to his head, and he kind of like puts his feet on the ground, almost like he's resisting this, and then he gets launched backwards. Not as fast, not as far, but he does get launched backwards. And he's, you see he's actually kind of bleeding from his ears a little bit, and so is Moo.
Oh.
You know what? I am going to just go ahead and work on that switch box again.
You get back up. Alright.
Because I can't hear anything that they're telling me right now.
Okay. Well, okay, since you didn't want to give this basement any windows,
No.
No, it's a basement.
basement can have windows.
It's a gremlin basement. If anything, it would have as
can have
little as
windows.
many doors as possible. That door would have been smaller.
Well,
if
then
Gremlin
how would
wanted
this
it to
person
be.
get in? You could have used a window for this, but because we can't have windows in this basement, Allison is useless. Because she used the very little remaining light from the flashlight to make the door. So she's...
You realize that a flashlight continues producing light.
Yeah, but
right?
what I picture is, I take all the light and make the door.
So you completely kill the batteries just to make a door.
Well, I think I burned the fuse.
I thought you just were redirecting all the light constantly.
Well, it was a big wall.
Like, I assume if the flashlight goes out, like, if you take the batteries off the flashlight, I assume that the wall goes away too.
Well, I was talking about like the fuse on the light bulb itself, like burned out when I did this.
The filament.
Yes, that. It's like I still have the light. I can just disperse the light and then it just disappears.
You made a construct against the wall.
Against the door.
This guy's on the ground. Moo is trying to get up and still get to the fuse box. As Moo tries to move to the fuse box, this guy gets up and he completely ignores Moo and starts walking over towards you, Shadow.
Well, I was gonna walk up to him first. I was gonna do like a charge attack. Because Allison,
That's not a superpower, so that's you cannot use unleash your powers if you do that.
I understand. Allison was always meant to be a hand-to-hand magician combat person, but I've never had the opportunity to play her like that. I'm still not gonna be able to play her like that because her magician stuff is gone. But I'm still gonna fight. I want to punch it.
You want to punch him?
I want to punch it in the dick.
I see that for today, John and David have swapped roles.
I wasn't going to say it.
How's it feel being Assad for a day?
Like punching someone in the dick.
Danger. What's my danger? I got a 1.
Take away all of your fancy tricks and what are you?
Okay.
Also, David, you're a dick.
You're kicking a poor defenseless man in the dick.
No, I'm talking about
seriously.
the last episode of Infinite Adventures.
Which one was the last one that came out before this? It was... Oh, yeah, I remember.
I don't know what we're talking about. Oh, wait, is it the one where I kept making fun of the Phil and him not being a hero?
No, it's the I'll tell you next time on whether or not you hit blue at -11.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, that was kind of a dick move.
Oh. Well, I mean, it's in my name. You can't spell David without Dick.
Yes, you can.
There's several letters that are not even in there.
So I got a 8. So I do get to punch him. And I punch him, if he has one, in the dick. And so I avoid their blow because he's going to be hunched over.
Alright. So yeah, you hit him.
Can you please tell him where I hit him?
You hit him in the dick.
Hit him in the dick.
Unfortunately, that doesn't actually advance us any conditions.
So, do I just manage to find the right switch, or do I have to roll something?
Hold on. Just 1 second really quick. Oh!
I'm sorry, did I mess something up for you?
No, you just made me angry is what it is. Alright. As you do that, and you hit him. You did hit him.
Okay.
And as you did that, you just hear him yell very, very loudly, very quickly, and he goes, "Okay, stop, please stop. That was a little too far, is what that was. Way too far. Come on, Shadow."
What?
And he cleans the blood off of his ears, and he just starts kind of holding onto his dick. Okay, I didn't think you would play dirty like that, but holy crap.
It's my GM's fault.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that meta bullshit means.
See, he didn't want to put windows in this basement, so I had to resort to this.
That's fine. We were trying to test that out. And he points at Ancile. Good job with the sound blaster thing. And he points at Moo. Good job.
What?
A little faulty there, but you did a pretty good job. And then he gets up. He's like, okay, all right.
Finding the right switch and click.
Yeah, you do that. Lights come back on, and you see him completely. Ancile, I don't know. I know that Allison tried to find this out also. I think Ancile would also know. Moo, maybe not so much. I don't know how often you were in Dallas. I know you're friends with Gremlin, but I don't know how often Moo was in Dallas.
Mostly for surgeries and recovery.
Okay, you weren't here enough for this. This is a character that me and Don talked about a little bit. As the lights come back on, you guys see this man. You already know his hero name is Osmosis. But his real name, I have decided to name him Eyasu, which is correct me if I'm wrong. I forgot. I didn't write that part down in minutes. I think it's a Ghanaian name. So, I mean, I could be wrong on that or not, but...
Let me beat the comment section. You're wrong.
I mean, there's lots of names from Africa.
I'm also
Maybe
going to beat the comments section and guess that his last name is not Jones.
No.
Osmosis. I remember that vaguely.
I swear to God, I gave him a voice already. I just remember,
Out of
I swear to
character.
God, I swear to God, if you say Jones, I'm gonna murder you. His last name is Tigabe. If anybody is curious, it's not Jones.
What
Okay.
a wasted opportunity.
His name's not Jones. I'm saying it right now. His name's not Osmosis Jones. We already named one character Brett Matthews. I'm not naming another character after another thing.
Oh wait, now I remember about talking about this character. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. I decided not to make him the stereotypical character that you we agreed on. I decided to change some stuff up a little bit, so.
Well done.
Yeah, I didn't want to make him the piercing the veil here. I didn't want to make him the Asian mentor character because that seemed a little shitty.
Is he still Asian?
No, he's African.
Oh.
I'm also not going
John,
to do an African accent because I don't want to.
Small recommendation. You should totally be saying pierce the mask instead of veil since we're playing masks, and it's a move.
Osmosis is standing in front of y'all. He is a little shaken from the fact that somebody kicked him in the crotch. Kicked or punched? I actually don't know. I heard you say hit.
I'm charging. It would have been like
The elbow or something? I don't know.
Probably. It would have been
A flashlight.
How come you didn't just hit my shoulder or something? You just had to go for the crotch, didn't you? I took your powers away so that I could find out how you would react without them. And this is what you give me. Just a pain in the... I can't even finish that sentence. It's just because I just can't... I don't know how to deal with this.
Well, usually when I punch someone, I'm not really caring about what, their feeling is because they're bad guys. And, since we were not alerted about this training seminar where we're going
secret training, of course.
Yes. I took the proper protocols of what I do, and that is punching bad guys and
in the dick.
Oh, just punching bad guys.
No,
in
no, no, no,
general.
no. You could have punched me anywhere.
Yes.
You didn't have to go hit low blow.
Yes.
In
But-
boxing, there's a thing called hitting below the belt, and that is what you did. That is a very unhonorable thing to do.
Yeah. I understand this.
As a hero, you're supposed to show, a little bit of fairness.
Yes.
Detain.
Yes.
Do not. The amount of harm you do is supposed to be minimalistic.
Yes.
Throwing people off guard by throwing somebody at someone else is absolutely fine if you know they're a teleporter and you're trying to figure out if they're going to teleport on time. That's absolutely okay.
Yes.
But not what you did.
Yes.
I cannot stress enough how much what you did was wrong.
Allison is shaking her head at all of this, not really caring what he's saying. It's like, oh, yes. I understand. Again.
I don't think you understand.
Again, bad guy, taking it down. Primary mission here.
Primary mission is detain.
Yes. Take down bad guy.
There you go. Yeah. Detain first.
Which, I'm pretty sure I could have detained you pretty easily after what I did.
See, if you would have, and excuse me for, and he points at Ancile. Great job, by the way. I didn't expect the sound blaster thing. Completely forgot you even had that.
So did I.
Oh, that's great. Quick thinking, resourceful. And he points back at Allison. You used the last remaining ability that you had to close up the door, which is the only other thing that probably could have given you any amount of light. So you can't blame me that was the last thing you could have done. You know what you could have done? You could have used your construct to make, like, a giant, a giant brick or something and hit me with it. But no! You had to punch me in the dick!
Last time I checked, the whole power is out, so I would not be able to get light from any other source. By the way, you should really tell Gremlin to put some windows down here. It will really light up the place. Is the power on right now?
Oh, the power's on right now. Yeah.
Okay. As he's saying that, I construct a handcuffs over him and on his arms. They're like, so did we pass your test?
Yes, you didn't. They did.
But we caught you. You
I'm
are
sorry,
detained.
what's this about a test?
They were trying to test us for some reason, and now he's mad that we won.
Actually, looking at his condition, he's probably mad because someone punched him in the dick.
Yeah, no, that's what I was gonna say.
No light.
That's what. No. You, Allison, I'm the one that determines who passes and who fails, and I say that you fail. Moo, James, codename Ancile, which one do you prefer? I don't care. I mean, well, I do care. You know what I mean.
In the interest of professionality, probably Ancile right now.
Cool. You guys can just call me Osmosis. I like the superhero name thing. Don't really do superheroing anymore. More or less just training expert. Gremlin wanted me to help him out, train y'all, so said, hey, I'll stop by. Don't tell them I'm coming. I want to see how they do without my help so far. And so far, what I got is 2 people who are resourceful and 1 person who plays dirty.
I'm sorry, you're talking about me? She's trying to activate her new flip phone that she got.
You did not have time to get a flip phone between.
Oh man!
I said
it's been a day, right?
It's the same day. You guys went over there after this.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Then I'm fully paying attention, but not really.
To be fair, Osmosis, she just thought of it first.
I can't retract my grade because I am completely bound to the first grade I give. So unfortunately, I cannot take that back. But
you're not gonna pass me?
F.
Darn
and he
it!
points at Moo and he goes, B-. I'm only giving you a B- just because not really reacting as quick as I'd hope you would. You looked a little unsure about yourself. I need you to boost up that confidence, young man. And he points at James and he goes, A+ for resourcefulness. I wasn't expecting that. You really threw me off.
Thank you.
That sound thing hurts.
Yeah, no, that really hurts.
Keep that thing.
I'm not joking when I say this. I probably need to get my ears checked.
I need to figure out the settings on this thing, because that's probably not acceptable.
If it's a little too loud, you could kill people.
Nice. Well, not nice, but nice. Allison is not saying this. David is. Allison is very disappointed she did not pass. Darn it.
She's not.
She undoes the psychic wall on the door and lets, Mew and James pass by. And then as soon as I walk through, I put it back up and then just walk out.
So, Shadow.
Yes.
Could you use, any source of light?
Yeah, just any amount of light would do good.
Why not get like a halogen or LED bulb? Those produce massive amounts of light.
I mean, yes, but if I take light from a light bulb, it burns out, and I can't put the light back in it. It just dissipates.
Well, have you tried it with a bulb that can't be burnt out like that?
Sadly, those have not been created. Mostly because if they do create it, people won't be able to sell light bulbs anymore. And, people want to sell things. That's how the government runs.
Well, neon, argon.
I just find it a lot more easier to use natural produced light. Light from the sun,
I mean, fair enough.
moon.
Fucking light vegan?
Oh, why not carry around a bunch of, glow-in-the-dark things?
I mostly try to be sneaky. I don't want, light coming off of me when I'm approaching people.
Flashbangs.
Keep them in a bag.
Flashbangs are useful, but I have to be pretty quick. Light does not travel slow.
This is true, yeah. Magnesium flares?
That just makes me heavier.
Actually, flares in general.
That is true. You know what? I'll take that into consideration.
Okay, I'm gonna be blunt here.
Yes.
Looking at you two have much better fashion sense than I do as far as this whole hero thing goes. You mind helping me get myself equipped properly?
We're gonna have a makeover episode. I'm down.
Well, I think it's just going to be the fashion montage, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
So we're going to be sitting at the mall and just having Moo just walk out and show us different costume ideas he's going for.
In all honesty, if I can go for something that does stealth, I would love that.
So I would recommend not black.
You guys are upstairs, lobby. You hear a banging sound coming from behind you, clinking against a light construct. Hey, F, over there! F! I need you to open this hatch up. This ain't changing your grade!
Oh, sorry, I'm a bad hero. I don't know how to undo my own powers. Sorry.
Oh.
It should be gone in an hour.
As you guys walk around to the lobby, you guys bump into Layman again, and she's like, how did you guys do on the tests?
I think I got an A.
Oh, very fantastic. Fantastic.
Moo says nothing against this.
And you just hear from the back, that's bullshit! She got it up! And she looks over there and like, oh my goodness. Allison, could you, sorry, she doesn't know your name. I always forget that. Shadow, can you please be a dear and let him out?
Shoot. Let me see if I can use, I'm sorry. I'm tired out.
Okay, Moo is trying not to laugh here.
He's just still banging on the construct. Hey, Alf,
get
me out!
I time it when he bangs it to undo it. It's like, oh, there it goes. And I hope I hear someone falling over.
You do.
Oh, there, I got it.
So, who's playing the delinquent?
Moo just kind of is holding up a fist for a fist bump to Allison. Come on.
She won't hesitate. She'll bump the fist. It's like,
I like you.
I guess I know why I got an F. Damn it.
I like you.
Again, teamwork is not her thing. I guess you know now. But that's it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
I very much believe that you are not sorry. This is going on your record. And then you hear Layman go, you need me to write that down? No, my mind is in an impenetrable fortress.
I'm not gonna bother with that.
I've heard that phrase before. Who said that?
I don't know who said that.
I think Dr. Doom said that.
He says a lot of things,
He
though.
says, Doom speaks in third person, so I take nothing he says as valid.
Doom wasn't who I was thinking of, so it's probably just a generic turn of phrase then.
I think it is a generic phrase.
So, Ancile, where'd you get that sound gun anyway?
Gremlin made it.
Didn't know he was getting into weaponry.
That's important character development. What?
Wait, is it really a weapon? I thought it was more like a defensive thing. Was it supposed to be used as a weapon?
This thing is more defensive, honestly, and I unclip or unpin or whatever the Aegis system or whatever it's...
Oh, right, the POG.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I forgot that's what we called it.
Oh my god, we didn't actually call it that. We joked about it. Can we just call it the POG?
Oh, so officially, it's the Aegis. Unofficially, everyone calls it the POG.
Does it stand for anything?
No.
I thought it was a cool acronym or something.
No, we call it the POG because it looks like a POG.
Oh yeah, I did design it to look like that.
Can it be used as a POG?
More than likely.
Photon oscillating generator.
That is precisely what it does.
Yeah? Oh, wait, so does that mean that if I, punched my arm a bunch, that I could power, Shadow?
Oh my god, that does mean that.
Yes, it does.
It's like Kylo Ren from Star Wars, where he, punches himself in his wound because negative emotions powers the dark side of the Force. You guys are moved into a debriefing room, which is this neato little table that looks kind of like a pool table, but more futuristic, because I'm not good at describing futuristic shit other than just by saying that. And Layman walks you guys in, and you see one of the other doctors, Kenise. No, she's kind of just scouring around stuff. And you see Ju-1 come in also, and they're all just sitting there looking at y'all. You guys walk in, Osmosis walks in behind you. They turn the lights off, normal, not the place
Time
is
to
under
go
attack
back to
kind
the
of thing.
basement.
Osmosis goes, that wasn't me. No, just regular lights. The table lights up. You guys see projections up on the wall. You guys stopped a couple of these guys. To my knowledge, Gremlin says that he's already come into contact with Dr. Todd. Shows a picture of Todd up on there. From what information we have, he has these, and then it zooms in on his arm on the picture, and it shows he's got these little. I'm gonna say they're what are they called? Bracers. That's what they're called. These bracers. They kind of look like Spider-Man gauntlets, kind of. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah, and they got a little. They have this big old bulky thing on one end, and then a little animation pops up, and you see a that same whip that that almost hit James the other day come out. All right, so Dr. Todd has these whips made of null. As you can imagine, they are made to nullify people's powers. Obviously, quite what its intended purpose is. They're also made in a way that they're very tactile, I guess you could say. I'm not sure if that's the right word to use. John Venegas doesn't know if that's the right word to use either. They respond almost telepathically to him.
Prehensile is the word you're looking for.
That's the word I was looking for. Yes, they're pretty much prehensile. They respond almost one-to-one with his brain.
I kind of want to steal those things now.
Well, you have to, bond to them, so, I don't know. I just realized that you have null in your body.
Is it like Dr. Octopus's arms?
I don't think Dr. Octopus exists in the universe.
That's true, but, yeah, I guess you could say that. You guys are always going to say that anyways, no matter what character I make up, so it's fine.
No, I just want to make sure that, that is how they work.
Yeah, that's basically how they work. He's mentally linked to them. They're not literally physically attached to them. He has them in these pods. They don't really shapeshift or anything. They're almost stuck in tentacle form. Then we have Barnes. Barnes doesn't have any discernible superhuman abilities other than his incomprehensible will. He seems to not be able to stay down when you hit him enough times, or at least what's in his dossier. I don't know how to pronounce that word. This is not the first time he's been classified as a shard. He was actually brought in the blank slate program. He was a former criminal. They thought they could trust him. Apparently, he was doing some shady stuff on the side. Was directly responsible for the death of Spite. Yeah, I mean that kind of touches everything we know about him on there. And then she pops up a file on Stormworm. It's kind of strange because it's a little different. The other two files, they seem like they have a lot of info on those two guys. And the Stormworm's file is almost completely just black bars on top of very little amount of text. Now, this one was a little bit trickier. A lot of what Stormworm does is almost hearsay because, as you could imagine, being a technopath, before he left, he redacted a lot of his own information. So, most of the info we have on him is, like I said, word of mouth. So, mostly what we know about him is that it's almost like he's locked inside of his armor. He doesn't have a lot of freedom from it. It's not bonded to him, it's almost like he's locked in it, like it's locked around him. As you can imagine, it's probably not very healthy for him to be like that, but yeah, that man is stuck inside of there. We know that his power much surpasses that of which he currently has. Origins of him, where he's from, that's been redacted. He didn't really talk a lot to a lot of people. He was kind of in infiltration missions, getting in and out of places. Obviously, he didn't have to physically be in the places he was in. He could just literally just hack into their computer systems from his little office that they gave him. But when he left, obviously he took all of his stuff. Surprisingly enough, though, he was one of the few people who survived the attack. So, I mean, it's not that strange considering his body itself was protected in armor. And the null doesn't really affect the armor. It affects, human skin. But he was directly in the onslaught. I don't understand how he survived considering that from what we heard, the null pierced through people's skin and stuff. That's some tough armor, I'll tell you that. From what we do know about him, he has become a nuisance to quite a number of companies also. Ever since he left, he's been stealing money here and there. He's just been pocketing it, but it's not traceable back to him, so he can literally have whatever he wants. So it looks like he's going after something that he cannot have, but to fit Dr. Todd's plan, it's kind of hard to tell exactly what's going on, because that's what we think is going on. But we have them all in prison, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue. We do commend that you guys did a pretty good job this time, I will tell you that. And then she puts her hands up together and she starts clapping, and everybody else starts clapping along.
Moo will actually applaud.
I said we finished the assignment before it was assigned.
And she points at the three of y'all. Well, I assume that you guys already have your direct deposit set up. Please, for the love of Christ, do not fight me on this. So you guys should be expecting your first payments for your first job.
I only take
congratulations.
cash.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, is it because I just said that somebody was stealing money? Look, I don't think that if Stormworm is in prison for one thing, I don't think they're going to be stealing your money from your bank.
No. I mean, I would think if, like, she gave her banking information, you would know who she is, in a sense. Or, like, that'll make it easier for people to know who she is. So, she has...
I haven't known Shadow for very long, but, she seems pretty protective of her identity, so...
Very. So,
I assume that there's superhero bank accounts.
Would I be able to make a bank? Well, I mean, it's kind of weird if, like, human Alice and, non-superhero Allison walks in with, like, a superhero credit card to make payment.
Make her a company account to a shell company.
Look, here's the thing. You guys aren't Januses, so I don't really, expect y'all to work on the nuances of your secret identities so much.
Can you transfer the money to a...
Moo doesn't care about his secret identity.
What is your name, Moo? You're the only character who doesn't care, and I just don't know your name.
Wait, is John saying
That's because no one's asked what his actual name is.
I thought your actual name was Moo.
No!
I thought that was what your name was too, so I was like, that's a very unique name. Is that, I don't know, German for something?
Nah, I
think it's
stole it
Greek.
from some Taoist principle. What, do you need my actual name?
I mean, myself, I do not need it. I'm okay if you wish to not share it. For all I care, you are Moo, and Moo is who you will be.
Civilian name's Darius, but, I mean...
Darius.
Dad kind of had high hopes for me when I was born.
Is that related to your name, or...?
Yes.
Is that your...
It's the name of a Persian emperor, John.
I was like, okay, so this could mean one of two things. Either one, this is a significant name, and I just didn't know what it was. Or two, that's his dad's name.
No, it's the name of a Persian emperor.
Okay.
3, it could just be completely unrelated.
Honestly, that'd be great. I've got a direct deposit. It'll help the farm out quite a bit.
Allison raises her hand, and she goes, I still need cash.
All right. We'll tell Dr. Thorne. I guess we're gonna have to interrupt the rest of the paperwork he's doing.
Tell you what, I got an idea. Shadow, right?
Yeah.
If they deposit to me and I hand you the money, is that okay with you?
For legal reasons, that's probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
I like the way she thinks.
Okay, you guys are good people, so please don't, I can't objectively say you're good people, as, from what I've heard in the brief 2 seconds that, we were walking in the hall, Allison, you punched someone in the dick, and then and then we have, just assume that when you guys were going upstairs, Osmosis was just, mumbling underneath of his breath right behind Layman the entire
Sorry,
time.
Osmosis, but you gotta admit it's funny.
It's not funny.
It would be if it had happened to me.
No, it would not have. I still would have
To
reacted
you.
the same way. No, absolutely not. Oh my goodness.
Come on.
I can't change my mind, B-. But you know what? You're okay in my book for now.
Thank you.
I wasn't talking about you, F.
Wow, he's not even going to use our hero names.
At least, if you guys want to be A+, and then he points his hands at James, you guys are gonna have to think. You guys are gonna have to think like heroes. Come on, I can't have a bunch of delinquents around here.
I mean,
Somebody call me.
in in their defense, if you fight dirty while no one's looking, it's not a PR nightmare.
That is, James. I like the way
I
you
like
think.
the way he thinks.
If someone gets punched in the dick and there's no one around to see it, did he really get punched in the dick? Yes, he did.
Oh no, great. We'll set our payment methods later. Where's our first mission? I'm
I
ready.
think we should just hand wave all the payment stuff.
That's what I was going to say.
I was trying to say that at the beginning, do not fight this, and you also fought it anyways.
I didn't fight it.
I didn't fight anything.
Yeah,
You could have just
it's like,
said,
you did!
You could have just said,
Yes,
okay.
you did!
You could have just said, okay, and then we would have been the end of it. But I slam the table, stand up, and I ask, where's the next villain? Punch in the dick.
She pops up a face up on the computer, and from the audience perspective, this is what they're going to be hearing. She starts describing it first. So, this guy right here, he's been attacking downtown. So, he went into hiding recently, but we're trying to track him down. He had unleashed a tidal wave of pineapples.
John!
No, wait, no, don't, do not,
Moo's entire reaction is as follows.
do not encourage him on this. Don't encourage him in this.
Okay, good joke.
And on the screen, we guys see
He
the
was so
Hawaiian.
nice!
And seeing the Hawaiian and realizing that they're not joking, Moo just laughs harder,
So,
falling out of his chair.
this is the last episode you'll see me in. John has decided to ruin our happiness just
Yeah,
for his
didn't,
own
like-
amusement.
I thought,
I swear,
last
he's-
episode, you asked him not to make the Hawaiian a villain.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he said he wasn't. I could be wrong because he probably edited it out or something. But
Coming
yeah, guys,
soon. Moo's going to slap the Hawaiian with one of his own hams.
this is my last episode,
Oh.
guys.
Ah, come
bye.
on, David.
Bye, guys. It was fun while it lasted.